नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा।
मने पाठ मने पाठ ಕಾಲ ಕಳೆದಿದೆ ದಿನವೂ ಉರುಳಿದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಇಂದೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಶಾಲೆಯು ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗೂಡಿಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳಿಂದಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ಏಳಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ದುಡ್ಡೇ ದೊಡ್ಡಪ್ಪ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅದರಪ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುವೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಸೇರು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಳಗ ಬಾರಮ್ಮ ಹುಡುಗಿ ನಿಲ್ಲಬೇಡ ಸೊರಗಿ ಸಾಕು ಹುಡುಗಾಟ ಕೇಳಿ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಗಣಿತ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ಕೆಮಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ಸುಲಭ ಕೇಳಿ ಮುದ್ದು ಮಕ್ಕಳೇ ನಿಮ್ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಹಿಗ್ಗಿ ಬನ್ನಿ ಕೇಳಿ ಕಲಿರಿ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಕಾಲ ಕಳೆದಿದೆ ದಿನವೂ ಉರುಳಿದೆ ನಾಳೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಇಂದೇ ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ ಶಾಲೆಯು ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗೂಡಿಗೆ ಗುರುಗಳಿಂದಲೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬಾಳಿಗೆ ಏಳಿಗೆ ಮನೆ ಪಾಠ
Dear children, I hope you all enjoyed your festival, and after a small break, let's come back to our studies. As you all know that in the last video I have already taught you about the letters, alphabets, words, sentences, and even in the sentences I have already taught you about the questions. I hope you have understood the video and you have understood the concept. And today I am going to teach you some more points which is very important to write a sentence or a question. Let us see what are those concepts. The first thing, I'll come to capital letters. You all know I have already taught you about capital letters. You can see on the screen these are all called as capital letters. As I told you before, the English alphabets can be written in two ways. One is capital letter, another one is small letter. So these are the letters. This form of writing is called as capital letters. Today I would like to teach you what is the importance of this capital letter, where do we use capital letters, and to know this, it's very important. Let's see use of capital letter. When do we use it? When we give you homework, write all the capital letters. You write A to Z all in capital letters. When we say write small letters, you write A to Z small letters. But there are some rules and regulations where you must use capital letters. And it is very important in order to develop or improve our writing. Let's see what is that. When do we use the capital letters? First thing, with the proper names. When you learn the chapter nouns, you will learn the name of the person, name of the thing, name of the places, name of the birds, name of the animals. You learn in the lesson nouns. But here, when you come to common noun and proper, when you come to nouns, you will have there two important types of noun, that is common and proper noun. Here why I am telling that point is, here I have mentioned proper names. Proper names are nothing but proper nouns, that is the particular name of a person. For example, my name is Akshata. When I write my name, the first letter must be capital. The first letter of my name, your father name, mother name, whatever. The particular name of the person, particular name of the place. When you write Kunigal, you write the first letter capital. When you write Bangalore, you write the first letter capital B. When you write Delhi, New Delhi, you write first letter N and D capital, because they are the name of the particular person or place. So the first point is, you have to use capital letters whenever you write the proper names. Here example, it's given Rose, Mark, John. Here Rose means not the flower, it's a name of the person. And Mark, John, etc. Like this you can write any name with beginning with the capital letter. Children, if you write your name with a small letter, beginning letter, small letter, that is a wrong way of writing. That is a wrong way of writing. You are not supposed to write your name or anybody's name or any place name with the capital small letter, the beginning. The second point is days of the week. You all know there are 7 days of the week, days in a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Whenever you write this names of the days in a sentence, first letter should be capital. Don't forget. Don't forget. Children, now what are all the rules I am telling, the rules I am mentioning now, not only listening and just leaving out, you have to adapt in your lessons, writing, reading, you have to adapt it. Whenever you write something, whenever you read something, you observe these points, whether the name of the person is beginning with the capital letter, whether days of the week are beginning with the capital letter, you observe. After this class, just open any of the book, not that English book, any of the book, you just open it and see whatever the points I am telling, whether it is followed it or not. 100% it will be followed, because those are the very important rules in English. The first thing is, with the proper names, it is either the name of the people or the person or name of the place. You have to write first letter capital. Second point is days of the week. As I said, there are 7 days in a week. All those 7 days, when you are mentioning in your writing, the first letter should be capital. These are the very important 2 points. The next is countries. Which is your country? Which is our country? India is our country. When you write India, I should be capital. When you write Japan, J should be capital. When you write America, A should be capital. That means whichever the country you write, I have mentioned here Spain and Germany, whichever the country name you write, children, no problem, but the beginning letter should be capital, because it's a rule. Because it's a rule. You have to follow it. The first thing, with the proper names, you should use capital letter. And second thing, you should use days of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. When you're writing, you should write the capital letter, first letter capital. And when you write the names of the countries, you have to write the first letter capital. And nationalities. Nationalities means which nation you belong to. I am an Indian. I am an Indian because I live in India. I born and brought up and I am living in India. So I am an Indian. Indian is a nationality. That means which nation you belong to. Whenever you write anybody's nationality, like Indian is British or Italian, Japanese, Chinese, you write the first letter capital. I hope you are all understanding what I am saying. These are the things I am telling about the usage of capital letters. So first thing I told you, with the proper names you should write capital letter, first letter capital. Second, days of the week. There are 7 days in a week. Days of the week when you write, you should write the begin, the word with the capital letter. Third thing, with the countries. Whichever the country name you mention in your sentence or the paragraph, the first letter should be capital. The fourth thing is nationalities. That means the which nation you belongs to. Nationality of a person. For example, Indian, British, German, Chinese, Japanese, Italian, Nepalese, all these nationalities comes under the capital letter. You have to write first letter, capital letter. The next point. Here some more points are added. See, capital letters, names of the people as I said. For example, Sam and Sarah Smith are going to school. Here when I wrote Sam, Sarah Smith, there you can see the capital letters because it's name of the people or the person. Name of pets. This is my pet dog. Dog is not a name of the person, name of the dog, but the name which you keep for that particular dog. For example, you might have kept pet dog in your house. You will call them with a different name. What are the names? I think most of the people you love to have dogs in your house. Here they have given the name Roxy. Roxy. That's a particular name of that dog. So when you are writing that particular name of the dog, you write capital letter R. The next, days of the week, as I said, not only days of the week, months of the year also should be written with the capital letters. You know, there are 12 months in a year: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November and December. These are the 12 months in a year. Whenever you write these months in your sentence or in your paragraph or even the words, you have to begin with the capital letters. Months of the year also should be written with the capital letter. Next is the word I. I am a girl. I am a teacher. May I come in? I went to Bangalore yesterday. See, here I am using the word I. But children, don't forget, whenever you write the word I, that must be in capital letter. Don't write small letter. That is the wrong usage of letters. You have to write I with a capital letter. Next, beginning of a sentence, very important. When I was teaching you sentence also, I mentioned this very particularly. Whenever you begin a sentence, whichever the sentence, you begin with capital letter. If not, that is a wrong sentence. If you don't write the first letter with the capital letter in a sentence, it will be considered as a wrong sentence. So don't ever use small letter when you begin a sentence. You can see there, this is my cuddly teddy bear. So this, when they have started, this T is capital over there. Next is name of holidays. Holidays means don't think whenever you get holiday you write capital. No, holidays in the sense here, usually whenever you have different kinds of festival, when you celebrate festival, you will be having holidays. So that's why they have mentioned names of the holidays. That means any name of the festivals, maybe Christmas, maybe Bakrid, Ramzan, Diwali, Yugadi, whatever the festival. Even it is a national festival or the religious festival, the first letter of those names also should be in capital letter. I repeat children, whenever you mention the name of the festival, either the national festival or the religious festival, the first letter of those words should be capital as a rule in English. Don't forget. Next is, I have already told you, name of the countries like India, Brazil, Britain, whatever. Name of the countries, name of the nationalities. Not only that, name of the places I mentioned, name of the language too. Now we are talking in English. English is a language. Kannada is a language. Hindi is a language. Telugu is a language. Tamil is a language. French is a language. Greek is a language. See, all these languages also should be written with a capital letter at the beginning. So whenever you write any language, now I have English period. You are going to write that sentence. When you write that word English, the first letter E should be capital because English is a language. While writing Kannada, K should be capital because Kannada is a language. While writing Hindi, H should always be capital because it's a name of a language. So don't forget, children. Next is book titles. Name of the books. Whichever you might have seen many books in library. You just go and see. Go to the library and check all the books. Every book you check. On that the title will be there. Name of the book will be there. Obviously that name of the book will be written in the capital letter. First letter should be in the capital letter because that is the name of the book. It's the title of the book. Children, I hope you all understood. The capital letters should be used with the names of the people, name of the place, names of the countries, names of the nationalities, names of the languages, names of the days, names of the months, names of the festivals, names of the pets, and with the word I. Very importantly, every sentence will begin with a capital letter. That should be always in your mind. You should always keep this point in your mind. I have seen many children till today, even in the 9th standard, 10th standard, some students, they don't know, or they forget, actually not that they don't know, they forget to write capital letter when they begin a sentence. It is wrong. From the first standard, you people are learning about the sentence, and it is very clearly mentioned in all the classes. A sentence always begins with a capital letter. So I am stressing on this because it's very important point to be kept in mind. So now let us move on to the topic full stop. What is this full stop? You can see a dot over there, a small dot over there. What is a full stop? I know that you have all heard about this word, full stop. Whenever we write sentence, I'll tell you, whenever you end the sentence, I'll tell you put full stop. Full stop. What is that full stop? Children, full stop is nothing but it is a little dot, a small dot at the end of each sentence is called a full stop. Just turn your pages in the book. Just keep turning and check every sentence. After every sentence, that small dot can be noted. Used. Why? Why is it used? To show the ending of the sentence. Not to spoil the meaning of the sentence. You should know where to stop. It says stop. And when the full stop is used, when it said stop, and you begin another sentence with the capital letter, don't forget. Now the full stop you have put. The next thing immediately you should keep it in mind that I am going to start a new sentence. Start with the capital letter. When it is finished, put full stop to make an end, to put an end for that sentence. So full stop is nothing but it is a little dot, a small dot at the end of each sentence. That is called full stop. The thing is where to use full stop. Why to use full stop? You can see it is used, full stop is used to mark the end of a sentence. First thing is, this full stops are used to mark an end of a sentence. It shows here the sentence is ending. If you see that full stop, you should understand the sentence is ended. Again, you are going to start a new sentence. Not only that, it is also used in some abbreviations. What is that abbreviation means? Small form, short forms. Short forms. When you write etc., you will not write complete spelling, you will write only etc. But when you write etc, there should be a small dot. October, you are not writing complete October, you will write OCT full stop. So it shows that it is October. Mr., you will not write complete spelling Mr. You will write MR full stop, dot. Doctor, you will write DR dot. Mrs., you will write MRS dot. These are all called abbreviations, that is short forms. Short, instead of writing complete word, you will make it short. When you write that abbreviations, it's very important to keep it in your mind. You should use dot. And that you will be learning in future classes also, because now you are still in 3rd standard, 4th standard or 5th standard. You will not use much of these abbreviations, but when you go to higher classes, you will learn more about it. So children, with this I am going to tell you, using full stops, one is end of a sentence. For example, the sunset was beautiful. Here, you don't only observe that full stop, I want you to observe even the capital letter, because I have already done it now. Just now I finished that lesson, that concept, capital letter. You can see the sentence, it is beginning with the capital letter T and ending with the full stop, because it is the end of the sentence. The sentence is finished. Second sentence, I am not a good cook, but I try my best. I am not a good cook, but I try my best. Here also you have to observe two things. One is beginning of the letter, beginning of the sentence, capital I is written. In the same sentence, there you can see another I, because I told you, whenever you use the word I, alone I, you should use capital letter only. And at the end of the sentence, there is a red dot, you can see, that is nothing but full stop. That means the sentence ended. It is showing, it is putting an end to the sentence. Second thing, it is used in abbreviations. For example, you can buy tea, coffee, etc. at the cafe. That means at the cafe you can get many of the things, eatables or beverages. In that they have given option tea, coffee, etc. means anything, etc. But they have not used complete word there. They have used only etc. To make it understood, they have put a full stop. In the second sentence also, please return it by 29th October at the latest. There after OCT, they have put a full stop to make you understand that it is October. So, there are two places you should use full stop. One is at the end of the sentence, one is at the end of the abbreviations. So, this is about the full stop. And just to revise, I have one more slide. Full stop marks the end of a sentence. For example, my name is John, full stop. There are 3 dogs, full stop. I like to play football, full stop. So, whenever you end a sentence, you have to use full stop to show or to mark an end to the sentence. Let us move on to the next point. It is comma. What is a comma? You can see that symbol itself, it's a comma. You have to know where to use commas. Where to use commas. Let us see where to use comma. When to use a comma. Rules and examples. Children, there are many rules regarding this comma. Many rules regarding this comma. In English literature, in English language, in English grammar, when you are learning the concept of comma, there are many things to learn. But at present, according to your level, your class level, I am going to teach you only 2 points where to use comma. Look at these examples. look at these examples. First one, Hema, Varun, Shalu and Jay are absent. Second example, Ritu, please pass me the bag. Now see children, in the first example, Hema, comma, Varun, comma, Shalu and Jai are absent. Here, Hema, Varun, Shalu, Jai are the name of the people. Name of the people or name of the student. They belong to similar group. Different words of similar group. They are all name of the people. When we are mentioning similar group of words, we have to use comma to separate them. We have to use comma to separate them in a sentence. In the second example, Ritu, please pass me the bag. Here, we are addressing Ritu. Addressing means talking. We are addressing means talking. Addressing Ritu. We are talking to Ritu. When we are addressing, you have to separate the noun or name of the person from the other group of words. Here, Ritu is separated because it's a noun there. It's a name of the person there. It is separated. And please pass me the bag. It's the remaining words in the sentence. So here, when you are addressing people, addressing somebody in a sentence, you have to use comma before, comma with the noun, after the noun, and you have to separate the noun and the other words in the group of sentence. So, first point is, I am making this point, I am telling you this point for the first example, just note in your mind. When there are more than two similar words, more than two only you should use comma. Only two means you need not to use comma, you just write and. Preeti and Prashant are dancing. Preeti and Prashant. Here Preeti, Prashant, only two people are there. I am not using comma, I am using and. Preeti and Prashant. But here what I am mentioning, when there are more than two similar words, you can see Hema, Varun, Shalu and Jay, there are four people. So, after Hema, I have used comma. After Varun also I used comma. But after Shalu, I wrote and because it's a rule. Between last two similar words, we should not use comma, you should use and. That you will learn later. But my point is, when there are more than two similar words in a sentence, we put comma to separate them. To separate them, you have to use comma. So, second example I told you, Ritu, please pass me the bag. Here I am addressing Ritu, I am asking Ritu, I am telling Ritu, I am talking to her. When I am talking to somebody, when you mention that sentence, what you should do? See, commas are used to separate a noun. Ritu is a noun, name of the person. A noun used to address a person or persons from the rest of the words in a sentence. We are separating here noun and the rest of the words in a sentence. Ritu, please pass me the bag. There are many words. Here, after Ritu, I am putting comma because I am separating noun, the Ritu noun, from the other group of word in a sentence, that is, please pass me the bag. So, these are the two places you have to use comma. Later you will know still more points are there, but for your level now, for your class, this is enough. Where to use comma? First is to separate the similar words in a sentence when there are more than two words. When there are more than two similar words, so to separate those nouns, we use comma. To separate those similar words, we will use comma. Second thing is, commas are used to separate a noun used to address a person. Asha, please give me a glass of water. When you write that in a sentence, after Asha, you should put comma because Asha is a noun. I am addressing to her. I am talking to her. So, this is the usage of comma. Children, I hope you all are clear about the usage of capital letters. I told you there are many places where you need to keep in your mind that you have to begin those words with the capital letter. It's the name of the person, name of the place, name of the countries, name of the days, name of the months, name of the languages, name of the festivals, name of the nationalities, and name of the titles. Finally, I, the word I, should be written in capital letter. Next thing I taught you where to use full stop. To put an end to a sentence, at the end of the sentence you have to use full stop, and with the abbreviations you have to use full stop. The next, comma, where to use comma. First thing, when there are more than two similar words, to separate those words we use comma. At the same time, when we are addressing a person, we have to put a comma with a noun to separate the noun and the rest of the words in a sentence. These are the things are very, very important to know when you write a sentence. And this should be practiced every day when you are writing anything. We give you to write homework, we give you assignments, we give you to write the notes. Please, whenever you write these things, follow this. The rules of capital letters, the rules of full stop, rules of comma. Please don't forget. Whatever we teachers are teaching you, it is not for the sake of listening and just leaving out. It is to practice, to adopt, to do applicable. You have to apply in your day-to-day life. This is what today's class is. I hope you all understood about it. In case if you don't understand anything, you are free to ask me. You can ask me. I'll clear your doubts in live classes. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.
Chapter 4. Capital letters and full stops. We know that in English there are two types of letters, small letters and capital letters. We are capital letters. We are small letters. Capital letters. We write with small letters, but we also use capital letters. Let us learn the correct use of capital letters. Read this sentence. Today is a holiday. T, capital letter. My school is closed. M, capital letter. Where do you see the capital letters? Capital letters come at the beginning of a sentence. Special names also begin with capital letters. The name of my best friend is Madhu. M, capital letter. We always write I in capital. My friend and I, capital letter, study in class 3. The special names that begin with capital letters are as follows. Full stop. Read the following. Veena is my friend. We play together. The little dot at the end of each sentence is called a full stop. We start a sentence with a capital letter. We end a sentence with a full stop.